Good morning, good evening to all of you who are watching right now. Today, I'm going to do my final forecast for the 2024 United States of America presidential election between Kamala Harris on the side of the Democrats and Donald Trump on the side of the Republicans. We shall start off with the default map provided by 270, and we shall go through every single case. Every single case, from the worst case for Harris to the best case for Harris. And tonight, for you guys, tonight is going to be the final day in which you will see my forecast. And by tomorrow, when I stream on tomorrow, it's going to be covering the actual election itself on election day. So let's begin. And for those of you who are already tuning in, hello there, Utah going blue. Krungus, you have entirely disrupted my schedule, but I'm glad that you did. Okay, let's go to 538. Is it because of polls? What are you talking about? I can't believe I got sidelined in the first 10 seconds of my final prediction. Am I misinformed? I don't think there are any reliable polls. I mean, 538 is not reliable in the first place. It's not even. But when you say Utah is going to Kamala Harris, what do you mean? Crow 88, listening to this while at work. Thank you. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught. Hi there from Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, Florida. Hey, Nick, listen to this. Florida. It's gonna be interesting. Krungus, come on. I had my hopes up. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's get to the map. I hope Crow 88 is not going to get caught and fired because it's 1 month from Christmas. I know everyone's talking about the election, but hey, Christmas is coming. Don't get fired, Crow. Phone in my pocket. I won't get caught. Oh my God. Playing the risky life. Okay, let's go. This is the default map that was given to us by 270 to win. If you guys can't see the map or something's are not looking right, you can tell me about it. But I think as of now, everything's looking great. I just put my chat here. I hope it's not blocking anything. Benita, hello from North Carolina. Hello there. All right. So this would be my final stream until tomorrow, which will be election night, of what I think all the possible scenarios are. And I will try to be as objective as I can, although you guys know I'm very bullish for Harris. But tonight, for specialty, I'll be super conservative with my estimates when it comes to worst case scenario, and then of course I'll get to the bullish scenarios for Kamala Harris. So we all say eat the frogs first. So I'll give y'all the worst case scenario. In the worst case scenario, that is just a complete, it just full on disappointment. In the worst case scenario, Harris will win 4 out of the 7 swing states, which may not give her the win. So let's see, okay? There exists one scenario in which she can win 4 states and lose the election. There are no other combination, okay? This is what I say, okay? This is the only possible way Donald Trump can win the election. If he doesn't win this way, he has lost, okay? I predict in the worst case scenario, Kamala Harris will still win 4 out of 7 states. Okay, 4 out of 7 states. Now, in any permutation of 4 states, Kamala Harris will win, which means Donald Trump can only win 3 states and win. And this is his only path to win the election by winning 3 states, and that is Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. This will put Donald Trump exactly on the dot of 270. In which other case, Kamala Harris will win Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan. So this is the absolute worst case scenario. Of the worst case scenario, by the way, because I said the worst case scenario is that Kamala Harris will win 4 states. And regardless of how you arrange any other 4 states, because if you see, Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan are the 4 smallest electoral states. and Donald Trump now, being almost exactly at 270. Well, actually, there's another scenario in which Donald Trump will still win, and that is he takes Michigan, and Kamala Harris takes either North Carolina or Georgia. Let's just say North Carolina. In this case, it will be electoral tie, which is almost certainly a Trump victory because a House would simply give Trump the victory, right? So the worst case scenario is that Trump either wins by 270 or 269. And there, of course, is the other scenario of this happening, which is also 269. Krungus, if he wins PA, Michigan, and Wisconsin are also likely. If he does that, he will not win. He will not win the presidency. Okay, if he wins the blue wall, he will not win the presidency. In fact, Kamala Harris could win the other 4 states. I mean, there is a tie over here, but like I said, I think Donald Trump will not win 4 states in this election. The maximum he will win, this is the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that Donald Trump wins 3 states and he wins the election by winning three states. And there are only 3 possible ways that he can do this, okay? The one way is to win Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. That puts him at 270. The other way is to win Michigan, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina, which will put it at a tie at 269, which the House will definitely give Donald Trump the victory. And the last way is basically you swap North Carolina for Georgia. Okay? The worst case scenario for tomorrow, Colin Grossman, is there any bad news? No bad news, okay? Will Powers, why aren't you talking about the poll numbers? Well, simple, because Donald Trump puts up his own sponsor poll on 538. And the latest Seltzer poll came out showing Iowa +3 for Kamala Harris. And Seltzer's has been right 7 out of 8 times. So would I trust the poll aggregates where Donald Trump funds his own polls? Or do I trust not the poll aggregate where she was right 7 out of 8 times? No static. The Republicans would have to win the House for him if it's 290. Right, exactly. And if Democrats take the House... Hi there, perfect blind guy. You're always here early. Thank you. If Democrats take the House, that means Donald Trump only has one path to victory according to my worst case scenario, and that is taking Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. Because in that case, all ties will go to Kamala Harris. So in the worst, this is literally the worst case scenario, is that Donald Trump takes Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, and this is his only path to victory, which means if by tomorrow any of these 3 states are blocked, I will call immediately, right? If she wins Pennsylvania, if she wins North Carolina, if she wins Georgia, any of these states there will be called. Now, of course, we don't know. Sometimes calling a state can take up to a week. I think this time will be faster. But in whichever the case, right, if election night turns out massive, especially for North Carolina, right? Because when we look at North Carolina, if this happens, it is literally impossible for Trump to win in my projection, because I project that Trump, in his best case scenario, will win no more than 3 states. And once North Carolina is blocked, and again, and if the House goes to Democrats, right? Again, if we let him take this, if the House goes to the Democrats, then this would not give him the win. There's no, and again, if she wins Pennsylvania, straight out over. Because in that case, the Democrats will not even need the House. Because no other 3 states, right? These are the 3 largest states. It will not suffice to give Donald Trump the victory. So I predict that Donald Trump, in the worst case scenario for Kamala Harris, that Donald Trump will be able to win 3 out of the 7 swing states, and there are only 3 possibilities at all in those combinations that will win him the presidency. And if the Democrats win the House, there is only 1. And if Kamala Harris takes Pennsylvania, it's over. It's immediately over. There's no possible way for Donald Trump to win. And this is my worst case scenario for Kamala Harris. Now let's take a look at the chat. Jaden Murkoff Tomorrow's the day and finally get rid of Trump and move forward with Kamala Harris. I hope, and actually I know. I'm in Pennsylvania. Harris is winning. He's going to lose red states. I will get to that wild heart. And thank you for always tuning in. Okay, that's the worst case. That's the worst case scenario. Trump wins by winning all three of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, or Georgia. Or if he loses any one of these, but wins Michigan and also wins the House. Okay, that is literally the worst case scenario right off now. Okay, what is better than worse? If we call that an underperformance by Kamala Harris. In a situation of underperformance, Kamala Harris will win 5 out of the 7 swing states. Okay, which is an underperformance in my view. If Kamala Harris wins 5 out of the 7 swing states, no matter which 5, we give her the 5 smallest ones, which is Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, and let's say North Carolina. If she wins 5 of the 7 swing states, she wins the election period. There's no permutation, no combination in which, in fact, any of the candidate, but especially for Kamala Harris, if she wins 5 out of the 7 swing states, which is an underperformance, by the way, if this happens, no matter which 5, she wins. And of course, if she wins by, I think New York Times Siena poll just came out and saying she will win this, right? And Donald Trump takes Nevada and Arizona, or at least that's what I remember. But by the way, I don't trust polls. I'm just mentioning that this is what they said, okay? Or something like that. I think what they had was Wisconsin and Pennsylvania is tied, and Nevada is going to her. But even in their forecast, in which I don't trust, they have Nevada, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Georgia winning for Kamala Harris, and Arizona losing and going to Trump, and Michigan and Pennsylvania are exactly tied. But even in their scenario, they're saying Kamala Harris has already won without even having to know Pennsylvania, the largest keystone state in the election since the beginning, and the second to third largest piece, which is Michigan. And they're saying even if Trump is able to bridge the blue wall, he will still lose. Right? In this case, even if Trump takes Michigan and Pennsylvania, he still loses. But this is not my prediction. My prediction is she will win by underperformance, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Waggy, I can't wait to see the face on DeSantis. Oh, Alabama's going to Lanny. If that happens, yo, DJ Dev Somo. If Harris wins Florida, she will get 400 EV. Okay, I'll get to that, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are so enthusiastic and so excited. So am I. I'm speaking fast. I'm rapping. I'm rapping out here. Okay, so for the people who are not here early, we covered the worst case scenario, which is Trump winning these 3 states and will win the election. Or Trump winning these 3 states and then wins the House, which will give Trump the tie victory to him. Or in other words, he could also win Georgia in this combination. Those are the only ways Trump could win. There's no other way for him to win. Because in the worst case scenario, Kamala Harris will win at least 4 states out of the 7 swing states. In an underperformance, she will win 5 or 6. She'll win 5 or 6 of the swing states, most likely 5. So, and in that case, even if we give her the 5 smallest swing states by electoral votes, she will still win the election. There's no other way for her to lose. So even in a Harris underperformance, Crimson Tide, Blue Wave, thank you. Even in an underperformance, Kamala Harris will still win the election with some margins to spare, in fact. Now, what would be an average performance for Kamala Harris? I predict that an average performance of Kamala Harris will be slightly better than Joe Biden's performance in 2020. Now, Joe Biden's performance in 2020 is taking Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and losing North Carolina by 1.3 points in differential. And in an average performance, she was just slightly eke out Joe Biden's victory in 2020, which will give her 319, a quote-unquote sweep of the 7 swing states. And this is the average performance of Kamala Harris. This is what I expect her to do. No better than just pure expectation. Okay, this is nothing better than what is expected. And this, if I were to call it right now, and I would be completely averaged out, just normied out, I will call this map. But that's not what I'm on right now. That is I'm on to something even better today. Okay, I'm on to something even better today, and it's not gonna be average scenario. It's not gonna be average. Okay, so let's take a look. What if Harris outperforms this average expectation? Well, in that case, there are two things that could happen. Either that electorally she maintains 319, so in this case is Harris and Trump. Electorally, she will keep 319, which means she will not get any more EV, but she will make Texas, Florida, Iowa all lean red, or maybe even a toss-up for Iowa. A toss-up meaning it's like really close, and maybe there'll be recounts, and then she will also put Ohio and maybe even Alaska, but I don't know. But in this case, in an overperformance, but again, this could happen. In an overperformance, there are two things that could happen. One is that Harris still is left with 319, but other states that were once thought to be solidly red will show significant weakness on this electoral map and will become a big worry in 2028 when, first of all, they will no longer have Donald Trump running, and for however much we dislike him, he's a pretty strong candidate in terms of his ability to pull votes. And if they get this map, I just don't know how Republicans can recuperate a win in 2028. But there are two scenarios. If Harris overperforms the average expectation, which is a 7 swing state sweep, one is this, which I guess is the minor situation of the overperformance, which is she wins all 7 swing states, but no more than that, which is electorally no better than the average performance, but she would put significant dent in the confidence of Iowa, Ohio, Texas, and Florida. And she might even stand to win one of those. And that is the second scenario of a Harris overperformance. In a Harris overperformance of the second scenario of the second order, so I'm splitting overperformance to the minor scenario and the major scenario. In the major scenario, Kamala Harris will be poised to take one piece of real estate between Alaska, Texas, Iowa, Ohio, Florida, and Maine 2nd District. So out of these 6 places, which used to be likely red to lean red, she would be able to take one of it, which will expand her electoral win beyond 319. Just one piece, and no more than that. In an overperformance of Harris's election run, she will be able to take all 7 swing states. Alex Adorno, I finished NAB and $554 for Kamala Harris. Oh, Alex, you're back. Thank you. And for the rest of you, look, in this case, she will be able to take at least one of these 6 states, right? In a major overperformance, instead of a minor overperformance, in a major overperformance, she would be able to take one of the swing states. Oh my God, I think my volume is too high. Let me turn it down. Okay. Now, in this case, which one is more likely to go to her? And people would disagree with me on this, but I think in this case, where she will be taking one out of the swing states, not did I say swing states? Red states. Okay, she will take one. I believe she will most likely take either Iowa, because the Seltzer poll is, well, one of the most accurate one, and I don't think there's too much contention with this. If we're staying rational, right? We'll just look at Seltzer's just sheer dominance in her ability to predict Iowa. I mean, she's a gold standard in Iowa, right? So if this happens, I don't think. I mean, some people will be surprised, but in my chat, for our viewers, it's not a surprise, honestly, because Iowa's got 6-week abortion bans. I mean, the older, the senior women, senior white non-college women. Oh my God, senior white non-college suburban rural women are turning out almost 70% for Harris. I mean, at that point, if Iowa goes blue, I mean, who is surprised? I called this by literally my last ever video I've ever done was calling Iowa and Alaska as a possibility, right? I hope any of you remembers that. Now, that is the more likely scenario that she gets any more than the 7 swing states is that she will take Iowa. Now, this could cause some disagreement in my chat, but I think other than Iowa, the most likely state she will take if she had overperformance and will take another state outside of 7 swing states will be the state of Texas. And this will be the state. Now, out of all 6 places other than Iowa, the most likely place she will take, other than everything else, okay? If she wins more than the 7 swing states, the next state in view that is non-Iowa is the state of Texas. The second largest state. The second largest state electorally on the map. Now, why is this significant? Well, of course, it has 40 electoral votes. But here's the thing. You have to contend with this situation. Because in this case, now, the Democrats, Kamala Harris, would have won California, which is the largest electoral state. They would have won the second largest state, which is Texas. They would have won the third largest state, which is New York. They would have then won the fourth largest state, which is Pennsylvania, and 2 of the 5th largest, and missing the 5th largest state of Ohio, which means on this map, if Kamala Harris were to make an overperformance, not even a breakout, just a overperformance, she is most likely going to take Iowa. But if that's not the case, in the case that she takes 8 states, in the case where she takes 8 states, hopeful agnostic, third largest is Florida. Sorry about that. In the case where she would take Texas, this is a disaster because she has 3 out of the 5 largest electoral states. And this will spell a complete, almost irreversible disaster for the Republicans coming 2028 because she's got California, she's got Texas, and she's got New York. I mean, this is, now, if this happens, look at Republicans, okay? Republicans on this map will stand at 122. Now, given what I said, if Texas flips blue this time, now let me just remove everything. Remember the number of 122? I'm not going to show you again. But the number that on that map, if that happens, Republicans will be getting 122. Now, I'm just going to tell you the severity of the situation. Okay, I'm just going to tell you how bad things are if Texas goes blue. Okay? Now, this is a completely clean map. I think we'll take out Hawaii. In that case, if Kamala Harris is able to flip Texas, and she has 3 out of the 5 largest electoral pieces, California, okay, let me make it deeper blue, California, Texas, and New York, she is exactly, just by these 3 states alone, exactly at where Republican is on the electoral map if only we flip Texas and keep some of the other states. Okay? We have to understand the gravity. Thank you for all the love. Andrea, Josh W. Thank you. Neko, whatever. Thank you for all coming back. Just this alone is 122. We have to understand how bad this is. Now, of course, if she doesn't win Florida and Ohio, she wins Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and she wins Massachusetts, New Jersey. I mean, just by winning these other states, she's at 225. Now, of course, Washington and Oregon would put it at 245. I mean, like Vermont and New Hampshire. Okay, let's cut out New Hampshire. Let's see, New Hampshire, we don't know. Let's just take out New Hampshire. This map, okay, Illinois, right? Illinois. I mean, okay, we need 3. Where would the 3 come from? I don't know. Hawaii? So, like, okay, that's it. That's it. Like, we, of course, we'll miss out Colorado and New Mexico. Don't matter. It don't matter. I mean, it just don't matter. Honestly. At this point, it don't matter. Right? So, I don't think we'll find out until November 6th. I mean, that's normal because they have to take time to count. Right? Here's the thing. If Texas goes blue, she has... Now, okay, let's just say Texas goes blue. If Texas goes blue, Georgia and North Carolina are certainly going blue. Pennsylvania will be blue. Okay? So, like, out of the 10 largest states, okay, let's do it. Let's do a recount. Okay, let's do that again. If Texas goes blue, what happens? How many of the largest electoral states does Kamala Harris has a hold on? Okay, so let's reset this map once again. Let's take a look at this analysis. Okay, the map is lagging a bit because I'm live streaming and doing this thing at the same time. Now, 10 of the largest states. Okay, California being the first. Second is Texas. Third is Florida. Let's give them Florida. Okay. Fourth is New York. And fifth is Ohio. Not Ohio. I mean, fifth is Pennsylvania. Sixth is Ohio. 7 and 8 is North Carolina and Georgia. 9 and 10. 9 would be Michigan. And 10 would be, where's the 10th? I think the 10th is New Jersey. In this map, ladies and gentlemen, if Texas goes blue, so will Georgia and North Carolina. Okay? If Texas goes blue, so will Georgia and North Carolina. And in this case, the Republicans have to contend with a reality. Oh, Illinois is a 6th. Did I miss? Well, in this case, okay, it's even worse because we don't need New Jersey. Okay? Let's take out New Jersey. In this case, they have to face themselves with a reality. Just in the top 10 states alone. Just in the top 10 states alone, Democrats has 8 of them. And by just the merit of the 8 out of 10 largest electoral states, the Democrats already crossed 200. They've already crossed 200 and Republicans are not even crossing 50. Okay? If Texas goes blue, Catherine Zimick is going to be a short night, folks. I hope so. If that happens, it's over. Okay, in this case, if Kamala Harris does the normal thing on this side, I mean, and takes Hawaii, Washington, and Oregon, like, that's it. It's literally, once Texas goes blue, okay? Once Texas goes blue, it's impossible for the Republicans to win. It's Mick Dundee, Blue Wall, and CGA. Yeah, that is one of the predictions. That's an underperformance according to me. If somehow we took Texas, okay, in a overperformance of this, you have to understand how bad this is, because Texas is 40 electoral votes. Now, what does that mean? What does 40 electoral vote mean? That would mean that we have to lose Minnesota, Colorado, New Mexico, and that it's how many? That's 10, 25. That's we're still not anywhere near losing Texas. We have to lose New Hampshire and I think Virginia. Yeah, I think that you should sum up these. I think if we get Virginia, if you lose New Hampshire, if we lose all these 4 places, we're still gaining more just by gaining Texas. I mean, I'm just trying to tell y'all, look, if we got Texas, okay, Texas being 40, look, the math is just not going to check out, right? Because 40 is something like, okay, again, Minnesota is 10. Colorado is 10. Virginia is 10 plus 3. New Mexico is 5. You know, no, I was correct. If we get Texas, It's equivalent of losing New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, and Virginia. And we still got 2 more in our bag. In fact, we can give them Maine State. And we're exactly back at 226. Look at this. Okay? Winning Texas to the Republicans is as bad as for us losing New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, Virginia, and Maine State. That's how bad this is. Ladies and gentlemen, have I made the situation clear for y'all? Okay? Like, this is beyond disastrous for the GOP. This is unrecoverable, just irrevocable. And for some of you who say, if she takes Florida, I mean, in this case, I really don't know, like, what else could they be taking to make up for the loss? I mean, they take New Hampshire? Sure, I mean, that's, like, then what are they're not going to do anything at this point, right? So, now, let's get to the most bullish prediction of the night. Okay, the most bullish prediction of the night. I will have it be this simple map, okay? We've gone through this many times, and for new viewers, you'll be shocked. The most bullish victory for Kamala Harris is that she will take Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, Ohio, Alaska, Texas, Florida, and Maine's 2nd district, giving her 416 against Trump's 122. This is a complete blowout. This is the blowout map. Daniel, I voted for Harris in Florida. I think she'll win Florida. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. This is the blowout situation of a Kamala Harris, like pure dominance, absolute landslide. Look, here's the thing. How many states have abortion on ballot? That's 1. And 2, has a 6-week abortion ban in place. Look, listen. The reason why Iowa is now leading +3 is that senior women, look, senior, non-college, white, suburban, rural women are turning against Trump at almost 70-30 because of the 6-week abortion ban, because of Roe v. Wade. That is, it's GG's, bro. Like, I mean, that in itself gives Iowa a +3 lead for Harris. Like, think about what happens, okay? Such a beautiful map. I know. If that's the case, if senior women turn out as much as they did in Iowa, which has a 6-week abortion ban, so does Texas and Florida. I mean, in this case, we don't need Florida. In this case, we don't need Florida because if Iowa and Texas goes blue, that's it. We don't need any of the swing states. We don't need to talk about the blue wall, the Sun Belt. All of that goes out of the window. If Iowa and Texas goes blue, and Iowa could go blue because, again, senior women are coming out in droves and saying, look, we will not tolerate our granddaughters being born with less birthing rights than when we gave birth to their mothers. And they're not having that. They will not have that. And if we can mobilize, don't forget that Ohio can go blue. Absolutely, Zen. Because Iowa and Ohio has voted together ever since Gore. There's Gore versus Bush. Ever since Gore versus Bush, Iowa and Ohio has voted together. Has voted together for what, two and a half decades now. If Iowa goes blue, there is a decent level of correlation that says Ohio might either be just a trickle red or maybe even going blue. Now, of course, if Ohio is going blue, Florida and Texas are going blue. And in this case, we'll get 319. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get 319. But it's not the 319 you guys were familiar with. Gabby, you don't think Texas will be blue in our lifetime? I question that. Because in your lifetime, if you're old enough, Texas used to be blue. If you're old enough, Texas used to be blue several decades back. So I don't know. I mean, in your lifetime, California used to be red. Reagan got California. So Reagan got Massachusetts. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on with Democrats with like this depresso, like doomish. The good thing will never happen to us. Well, it did happen to us. In fact, the worst thing to happen to us has also happened to us. So I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Just watch Go Blue. Yeah, exactly. Right. Zen, you're right. Texas used to be blue, just like California used to be red. There were many elections. It was not just one election. There were many blowout elections from Lyndon, from was it Eisenhower? No, it was not Eisenhower. Who was it? I forgot. I think it was not Truman either. There were like some blowout situation. It was Roosevelt. It was Roosevelt who just completely took the entire map, other than I think like maybe New Hampshire. And in Reagan's victory, he took California, Massachusetts, and New York, and Illinois. So, like, when you say things like it will never happen, it will never happen in our lifetime. I'm just saying, like, look. I mean, you don't sound like you don't sound like you went back and take a look at history. The thing is, okay, yeah, he say he's 30, but 30 is not very long in politics. I mean, 30 years ago was like 1990s. Like 30 years ago, so like Soviet Union is still here. It's not long ago. Okay, politics can be crazy, and Texas going blue is not crazy in my view, because Texas has never, for the past 50 years, had a draconian law as draconian as what we had for Roe v. Wade. Like, think about that. Okay, think about how Florida, that is a purple state for like two decades, and Iowa as well, and how Republicans, and so goes Ohio, okay, how Republicans turned them into red bastions in just a course of 12 years. Yeah, they used to be honor and respect. Harazukin, can you imagine if Texas was not a winner-take-all state? We might see this election cycle. Anthony Scott, everyone for Harris, thank you. Listen to this. It used to be not long ago, right, that Iowa, Ohio, and Florida used to be purple states. In just a span of like 12 years, not even 12 years, like 4 years, from Obama to Trump, like in just 4 years, from Trump to Biden, these three states went from purple in 4 years to like deep red, like to like basically almost like deep red Republican bastions in 4 years. And we got people on our side who don't believe that Texas could flip in the course of 20 years of continuous bluing, and would think it will never happen for the next 50 years. Now look, it sounds like we're heading on ourselves. Triple Play Vintage, thank you for the massive $20 super chat. Nico O, exactly, Ohio has always been a deciding factor in presidential elections. And Republicans was able to turn it into a stronghold in just 4 years. We got the past 20 years of Texas going bluer and bluer and bluer without anybody even trying to make a play in Texas. And then we got people in our side. I'm not attacking Debbie. Was it Debbie? Or was it Dobby? I forgot. Sorry. I'm not attacking any of y'all. But we have to be realistic with accordance to our history. History says in 4 years, 3 purple states. All 3 of these were purple states. In 3 years, it went from purple to like deep red Republican strongholds. And we got people out here on our side saying for the past 20 years, Texas going blue without anyone campaigning there, and will never go blue even once in the next 50 years. Like, this is pessimism. This is our own people talking down to our own people, whilst their people are out there making huge plays They're like historic, but they're not, right? Yeah, I say there's a good chance Texas will go blue. There's a good chance this will happen, right? Richard Dunhill. Nope, you're wrong. because again, if we piss off, and again, Iowa, Seltzer, 7 out of 8 times she was correct. She was correct on Clinton's election. Don't forget, everyone was saying Iowa for sure go to Hillary Clinton by 7 points, 8 points. Seltzer came out and said no, it would in fact go 7, 8 points for Donald Trump, and everyone thought she was crazy. Guess what? She was crazy and she was right. Iowa went for Donald Trump by insane margins since George W. Bush, and everyone was shocked. And everyone thought in 2022 that the red tsunami is hitting, and then Seltzer was like, well, it is, but Iowa will be no redder than it was. And the right wing media was like, Seltzer sold out. But guess what? Seltzer was right. So again, like Dave Pfeiffer's gerrymandering, I don't know about that. Karen Stucco from Twilling Gate, Newfound Canada, excited for you tomorrow. Thank you. Triple play vintage Seltzer. Imagine a woman comments saying she's my hero. Listen to this. She's been right 7 out of 8 times against the grain of her own people and the people on the other side. Okay, she's basically the Alan Lichtman of Iowa. Like, do you guys understand what I'm talking about? She's the Alan Lichtman of Iowa. And people don't trust her. Why? Well, I can tell you why. In 2016, people didn't trust her because they were Clinton fans. They got this like mind virus, and they're like, I'm only willing to believe what I wish would happen. And the Hillary Clinton people did not trust her. Did not try to do any remedial action despite the poll dropping, and were completely complacent and lost the election, which got us into this position of Trump lunacy for the past 10 years. And now the tables have turned. The Trumpists are not trusting the Seltzer poll. Look, wasn't it Ayn Rand who said something like, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And the reality is, people ignored Ann Seltzer. People ignored Alan Lichtman. Seltzer polls complete BS. Richard, show me one proof. Richard, don't cower away and just say some BS and run away. She was right 7 out of 8 times. Show me any other poll. Richard, answer my question before you leave. Richard, don't be a coward. Don't run. Show me another poll that was right 7 out of 8 times in Iowa. Okay, don't run away. You said this. Stay here. Show me another poll. Any other poll that was right 7 out of 8 times in Iowa. You don't go anywhere until you show me that. Next, what if the Republicans are scared of women voting? Exactly, we fight for girl power. Richard, right now, stop running. Right now, show me one poll, one reputable pollster that was more accurate in Iowa than Ann Seltzer, and I'll give up Iowa. Michael Saunders, Minnesota blue no matter who. Minnesota was even blue since Reagan. So yeah, Minnesota is. I don't know what people are talking about when they say Minnesota is a swing state. No, it's not. It's deep blue. He ran. Nico, he ran. Exactly. Richard ran away. He couldn't find any evidence to say the poll is BS. He ran away. He ran away. These are Trumpers. No. See? Richard, answer the question. Answer the question. Ann Seltzer is right 7 or 8 times in Iowa. Find me another poll. Okay, all these other. Who are these other polls? Which of these other polls are right 7 out of 8 times? He's just scared. He ran away. He ran away from the question. Okay, these other polls. Which other polls? Okay, Richard. Which other polls showed that, that has 7 out of 8 times? Oh, she's wrong this time. Sure, you could say that. I could say she's wrong this time. No problem. No problem. I could say it's wrong this time. But you didn't say she was wrong. You said she was BS. And her track record said she is more reliable than any of these other pollsters. Any other pollsters. Seltzer has been out. Exactly. Seltzer has been an outlier so many times. It's like, Richard, you realize how much the R's have early voting this cycle? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, her poll does not contradict. Richard, okay, you better stay on the course. You say her polls contradict early voting. Let's see early voting for Iowa. Okay? Early voting for Iowa. Look at this. State party registration is available in the state. Does this look like an 8-point victory for Donald Trump in early voting? It's 39-40 with 21 independents. Where's the red tsunami? Where's the 8-point victory in Iowa? You say she contradicts early voting, but early voting contradicts you. Richard, where you at? Where you at? Richard, where you at? Huh? Where you at? Where's the contradiction? Where's the contradiction, Richard? You're contradicting a fact of early voting in which you didn't check. Where you at, Richard? Did you check early voting? You say Republicans are crushing in Iowa. Where's the crush? It's 40-39 in a place where Trump is supposed to win by 8 points. No, was it 11 points by a New York and Siena poll? Where's the 11-point victory? Richard, explain yourself. Oh, it's a Russian troll farm. Noskavian. Okay, I wouldn't go that far though. Where are you, Richard? You said the poll is BS. I showed you proof that she's the golden standard. Then you said early voting goes against her polling. Where is it? No, where's the correlation? No, you said Seltzer poll is against early voting. So how is it against? Yeah. How is her poll against early voting? By party registration, it's even. So how is she contradicting? And we know for a fact, even the other red leaning polls, and you say, oh, all these other red leaning polls are saying there are more Republicans voting Democrat than the Democrats voting Republicans. And these are red leaning polls. And these are red leaning polls saying there are more Republicans voting for Harris than there are Democrats voting for Trump. These are your words. And the independents are breaking out for Harris. Guess what? When you do those numbers, it's exactly as Seltzer said. It's exactly as Seltzer said. Richard could not read. Richard is blind. He could not read. Richard. What? No, it's not her poll. Even Atlas Intel, everyone is saying, even freaking New York Times Siena poll. Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Okay, which poll are you talking about? Okay, which poll says the opposite? But which poll she is opposite? Which poll says more Democrats are voting Republican than Republicans voting for Democrats? Which poll? Which poll? Yeah, which poll? Richard. Which poll? Which poll? Can you show me which poll? Okay, we'll go to that. 1 sec. By the way, Atlas Intel said in Pennsylvania, black people are voting for Donald Trump more than at 60%. Okay, Richard, if you think Atlas Intel is right about Pennsylvania, how about this? Okay, Richard, let's not do this cowardly bullshit thing, okay, Richard? Let's do a bet. I bet $100,000 US dollars, okay? I bet $100,000, okay? Oh, he said Atlas Intel! Ladies and gentlemen, he said Atlas Intel. Yes, I knew it. Yes, I knew it. Okay, Richard. Atlas Intel said, no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is good. It's a bet. I place $100,000 on exit poll that black people I'm getting him. Atlas Intel says 60% of black people are voting for Trump in Pennsylvania. If that is not the case, if that don't happen, you owe me $100,000 freaking dollars. Let's go. Richard, take the bet. Take it. Let's go, baby. Take it. If black people do not vote 60% for Trump in Pennsylvania. Do you look at the crosstabs? Richard did not look at the crosstabs. Oh my God. Bro. No, are you wowed? Bro, bet. Richard, bet. Bet with me. Bet with me. Bet with me. However much you want to bet with me. If 60% of black people do not vote for Pennsylvania, you owe me $100,000 in whatever denomination. How about that? Bet. Did you look at the crosstabs? Richard, did you look at the crosstabs? You did not. And you're a clown. Because we got you. Oh. Then do it. Repeating bet me does not win the argument. Then do it. Do it by action. Win. Actually win. Okay, then do it. Do it. Would 60% of black people, according to Atlas Intel, vote for Donald Trump in Pennsylvania? Do it. Don't make me repeat myself. Just do say, I'm taking the bet. Say it. Don't be a coward. Whoever, okay, I bet the Atlas Intel is wrong. How about that? How about that? 60% of black people are not voting for Donald Trump. A bet's a bet. Richard, come on. Come on. Don't be a coward, Richard. Don't be a coward. You said Allison. You quote this garbage ass. You quote this. See, I quote Ann Salzer, who is right 7 out of 8 times. You quote. Yeah, I am betting Harris is gonna win. But you quote Atlas Intel and you're not. You're not. You're a coward. Bro, Richard is a coward. He thinks Atlas Intel says 60% of black people are voting for Trump in Pennsylvania. It's legitimate reality. But he cannot see a pollster who got 7 out of 8 times right in Iowa, including the time she went against Clinton for Trump, against her own people's will, could be very much right this time. Yeah, so who cares about the polls regarding that bet? Oh, now Richard saying polls don't matter. After he cited the Atlas Intel poll that has black people 60% voting in Pennsylvania for Trump, now he says polls don't matter. Oh my God. Oh, and you just walked back like a coward. Camille Rodden got your back. I saw Sasquatch. Quinn saw a Sasquatch in my yard yesterday. What the hell is going on? Your entire bet is on Harris being part. Okay, let's do it. Yes. Richard, let's do this. No, dude. Look, people would think I planted Richard as a shield just for me to have content to talk. If Kamala Harris wins the popular vote, you owe me. My entire bet is based on. Oh my God, Richard. Oh my God. Richard think Donald Trump's winning the popular vote. No, there's one thing to think he will win the electoral college. I admit there's a chance that will happening. I admit there's a chance that that's happening. Like, what? Yeah, then go do it. Richard, go do it. Yeah, go do it. Like, just go. This guy is claiming Donald Trump will win the popular vote. This guy is claiming 60% of black people will vote for Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. Oh, Haitian has been attacked by morons, local mouth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Richard, you're gone, man. You're toast, bro. You're toast. You are toast, bro. Like, you're gone, man. He went from Iowa to Atlas, and then after he saw that Iowa and Ann Salzer is way more trusted than any of the posters he could summon up, he went to summon Atlas. And then when we crushed him on Atlas, he then say Trump is more popular. And then now we ask him, what the hell do you mean by he's more popular? He disappears. This is your average Trump voter. It's over, bro. It's over. Like I said, I'm not saying Trump has no chance of winning. But when he says he trusts the Atlas Intel poll that puts 60% of black people voting for Trump in Pennsylvania more than Ann Salzer, who was right 7 out of 8 times, including the times where her own side was against her, and that he thinks because of that, Trump is winning the popular vote, and then now he's nowhere to be seen. Richard, where you at? Oh, he gone, man. I should do react content. Look, I know it'll get me views, but After a while, like Richard, like people like Richard would just drive me crazy. Richard gones, man. Where are you, Richard? Mighty Blue 7, where you at, Richard? He gone. He gone, baby. He gone. He for real gone now. He gones, man. He for real gone. He a scaredy cat. Hey? He a scaredy cat. Scared little kid, man. He's scared, bro. He's scared, bro. He's scared. Ann Selzer is the Alan Lichtman of Iowa. Does this mean Kamala Harris will take Iowa? No. I never said that. In fact, I said she's expected not to take Iowa unless she overperforms her average. But that's the thing. Even if Kamala Harris underperforms the Selzer poll, let's say she underperforms Selzer by 5 points, she'll be down in Iowa by 2 points. Like, at this point, how could she lose the election? If she's down 2 points in Iowa, how could she be losing the election? Like, in what world? Like, in what world would she be winning the election? Okay, wait, what happened with the map? Why does it keep showing? Oh, I know what happened. 270 is saying Republicans will take Arizona. That's what they're saying. Because I couldn't reset the map. If you reset, it would just give you Arizona. Oh, sure. All right, it's okay. Then we'll just take Iowa. Sure. I mean, yeah, y'all got 5 electoral votes. We fine. We'll take Iowa. Which means Georgia and North Carolina goes to us, and Nevada. We don't even need the blue wall. Hey, if we got Iowa, we don't need the blue wall plus Arizona. That's that simple. It's pretty damn simple. Even like Nick. Oh, say if Iowa's +1 Trump, it's GG's, bro. If Iowa's +1 Trump, oh my god. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. If Iowa's +1 Trump, it's bad. It's just over. And by the way, Richard is really gone this time. I mean, he's really gone. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, my call today, my final call. I had 5 calls. Okay, it's gonna cover a lot of bases. Worst case scenario, Trump does win, but even then, he's only winning. He's gonna win barely. He will barely win. He will not get to 300. Even if he wins, he will not cross 300. There will not be a 300 win for Donald Trump. Okay, even if Donald Trump wins, there will not be a 300. That's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, Donald Trump wins, but he will not get 300. Impossible. Okay? Kate, welcome back. Damn, I should drink some water. If Kamala Harris underperforms, which is different from being the worst case scenario, she will win by winning something like 286. Okay, and this will be underperformance. She'll win by not crossing 300. In the average case, she will cross 300. Okay? In the average case, now, she will take Arizona, but in whichever the case, she will cross 300. In the average win, in the average case, Kamala Harris will win by crossing 300. So that's the average scenario. Now, in overperformance, there are 2 cases. Of course, in overperformance, she will take all 7 swing states. There are 3 ways in which the overperformance can play out. Or 2 ways. One is a minor overperformance. One is a major overperformance. In a minor overperformance, the red states are less red. So electorally, she will still be at 319, but the strongholds of Republican bases will be weakened. It will be diluted. That's the minor overperformance. All right. In the major overperformance, she will take either Iowa or she will take even Texas. And this will be an overperformance 365. This will be an overperformance. Now, the last case scenario, this is a major overperformance. In the last case scenario, in the best case, Kamala Harris landslide beyond everything we have seen and heard so far, in which I have called before, will be taking Alaska, Florida, Ohio, and Maine 2nd District, getting her 416 electoral votes against Donald Trump's 122. This is the best case scenario for Kamala Harris. Now, I only just noticed one thing. Why has Kansas on the default map of 270 to win, why has it turned from deep red to likely red? Okay, this is concerning. Wait, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the default map. Guys, what is going on? What is going on? Well, why is Kansas likely red? I thought it was safe red. Why if you do the default map, of course they gave Arizona as tilt, as lean Trump, which is, I think, is wrong, but it's not surprising. But what's going on in Kansas? What's going on in Kansas, ladies and gentlemen? I know the +5, yeah. They're taking that seriously? They're taking... I think that poll is bogus. I don't think Kansas is within 5 points. Okay, I know it's in our favor, but I think that's kind of bogus. I think that's too far. Honestly, I think that's too far. Triple play vintage, thank you. Yeah, I know. Bro, like... Okay, now, if Kansas is +5, okay, I have nothing to say. If this election turned out... If by next week, by this week, actually, if Kansas turned out to be +5 for Trump... wow. Wow, I mean, just wow. Just wow. I mean, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. If Kansas actually ended up as 5 points for Trump, the map will look ugly. I mean, if that happens, though, if that happens, I mean, this is the map. If Kansas is 5 points, like, this is the map. Right? Okay, in this case, Missouri and Oklahoma will be also likely. And this is horrible for Donald Trump. Like, this is just horrible for Donald Trump. If Kansas looks like this is the map. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am saying the Kansas poll is wild, dude. It's wild AF. It is wild AF, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they're talking Oklahoma today. Oh my god. I'm not even bullish enough. Are you guys kidding me? Okay, you know what? I'm calling it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna call that I project Detail Therapy Podcast shall officially project Kamala Harris as the 47th President of the United States of America. That will be my final projection. And ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I'll be up all night for y'all. Oh my god, even the chat doesn't have enough memory to hold this awesomeness. Tomorrow I'll be up all night for y'all. All night for y'all. And we shall see through to the blue wave that will be sweeping across America and putting her as the 47th President of the United States of America. Now, with that said, tomorrow is yet to come. Tomorrow is yet to come. If you're in a state like Pennsylvania, where it's a major election day turnout type state, you really should vote. It's not over. It's just my projection. Forget about the polls. Forget about the news. Even NCR's poll. Forget about all the polls. Forget about every single poll. Just go out there and vote. Tomorrow will be a huge day. And it will be historic. It will be the point where we will turn the page and we're not going back. Alright? With that, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for tuning in. Stay the course. Thank you. Stay the course. Trust in women as our only key. Stay focused. Stay the course, like Elton just said. Stay the course. Vote. Put our trust in women. And with that, I project Kamala Harris being the 47th president of the United States of America. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all tomorrow for the all-night live stream of election night. And with that, may God bless America.